Hello there. I am tired even though it's midday. I've not had enough sleep last night after coming home from work, even though I had plenty of time. Welcome to the Queen's Terminal at Heathrow. Let me check in my suitcase because I'm a little bit late. I'm not really late, but I meant to be here 3 hours before and it's 2.5 hours. So I'm just checking my bag, get it sorted out. It should be fine anyway. Yeah, new suitcase again. It's to say I bought a new suitcase for Ghana and it was too small for this trip. So I bought the same model, just a bit bigger. Yeah. Anyway, let's go. I've lost count of the amount of times I've flown out of this airport. I've been back here so often. United Airlines, D. A D for Davidoff, yes. I see it. So, like literally, I've flown all over Europe from this terminal. I've flown to Australia from this terminal. I've flown to Ghana in Africa from this terminal. It's just, it always circles back to this terminal somehow. Okay, we may have some problems. We may have a few problems. Or maybe not. There seems to be a dedicated United Airlines area. I guess just got to be there. I think I'll be okay. Just got to get my bag tag. Okay, it's not so bad. On the app, it told me there's a quick way to check in your bag, which is called a bag drop shortcut, which is right there. It's a lot longer than the regular queue. Ah well, not much of a shortcut. I took the shortcut, it seems. So I was doing the normal thing. Welcome to 2026. Yep. There's a piano over there. That's nice. It's a perfume shop. There used to be a money exchange. Bit of currency. That's changed. Not much else has changed in this terminal. Still looks as new as ever though. They do a good job of maintaining it. Yeah, almost ready to go. I've not really done a proper intro, but I'm going to Daytona. I've been to 9 F1 tracks now. I've seen an F1 race at 8 of them. The other one was Monaco, where I watched Formula E. So I watched the race at all 9 tracks. Just that Monaco wasn't F1, it was Formula E. But yeah, 9 F1 tracks. One of those I've seen the race 4 times, and that was Silverstone, of course, because that's close to home. And I thought I wanted to watch some NASCAR at some point. Like, I know Americans have got some good motorsport racing themselves. I wanted to experience that, actually watch it. Aside from highlights, I've not really watched any NASCAR or just anything outside of Formula cars, not just F1. I've seen other Formula open wheel type racing. Just not really much outside of it, really, and certainly not American racing. And I wanted to experience American sports in general, so I visited California 3 years ago actually, for WrestleMania, WrestleMania 39. But I made it a 2-week trip because I want to see a lot of things in California. And a couple of those things were NBA and NHL. I just had some sleep in my eye. You can tell I just woke up. I was very much excited to watch NBA and NHL for the first time. And I followed the Lakers anyway because of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. A weird reason to start following a team, but that's my reason, a sitcom. And I started following the LA Kings as well because I followed the Lakers. I thought, hey, let's stick to the same state. So I watched both of those teams in person at the Crypto Arena. I assume it's still called that. Obviously, that was a sponsor change. But yeah, I watched them both play there. That was great. I also went to see some baseball. It was a preseason game, but it was LA Dodgers against LA, the other one, the red team. I forgot their name. I didn't really enjoy baseball that much, to be honest. It was quite fun at times, but generally speaking, it was only preseason though, so not really the best way to judge it. But that's the one I didn't really enjoy that much. But I loved NHL. That was my favorite. My personal favorite was NHL. I really enjoyed watching that. That was brilliant. It was incredible. Liked NBA too. That was fun. Atmosphere was great. And in terms of the NFL, that came to the UK anyway. I've seen it a couple times in London. My first game was Tennessee Titans, Baltimore Ravens. That was a couple years ago, I think. And then I watched Chicago Bulls against Jacksonville. Is it Jacksonville? I can't remember. It's the team that's connected to AEW, Tony Khan, whatever. So yeah, I've seen a couple of NFL games now, and the one other sport I wanted to experience quite a lot from America is NASCAR. And I thought, okay, one more thing to tick off. If we're going to watch some NASCAR, go big or go home. Let's go for Daytona. One of the biggest motorsport races ever. I thought, yeah, first time NASCAR experience. Let's watch one of the big ones. Let's do that. And that's what I'm doing. I got a ticket, and I'll be landing in Washington first because I got a connected flight. The cheapest way to go was this: so United Airlines, London to Washington, connection from Washington to Orlando, and then on the morning, I landed at 8 p.m. I think. I landed at 3 p.m. in Washington, but 8 p.m. in Orlando, and then I got 8 a.m. pickup to go to Daytona from there, and then back to the hotel, and then I'll be flying out to the next day after that. I'm going on tour on a few states over a couple weeks. Looking forward to sharing that with you, but we're going to start big with NASCAR, and I'm very excited for that. It is now 2 hours before the flight time, so I don't know what I was worrying about, although there was a family in front of me that were taking the piss a bit. Like, it's like, have you ever flown before? You see some people in security just like, have you ever flown before? For me, it was smooth. I got everything through, nothing in the scanners. I got through just fine. It was perfect. It was nice and smooth. Probably as smooth as I've ever done security. But I still got held up because there's a family in front of me. There's an old man, right? And he's, for some reason, doesn't know that you got to take off your belt. So he goes back to put his belt in a random tray, goes back into the scanners, and then he's got pens in his pockets and tissues and and then the guy started shouting at him just like, I told you, everything out your pockets. So the guy went back to put his pens and whatever in another tray, and then came back and cut the queue. There's 5 of us in the queue. He just came back and cut the queue. The guy behind me says, there's a queue, mate. And the old man started laughing at him. I don't think he heard what he said. That's the kind of laugh I heard, right? He probably thought he was telling a joke or something about this airport security or whatever. It was such an annoying vibe. And then he just cut in front of me, and then he said, mind if I go? And I said, I didn't say anything, but I started going. Then he just pushed in front of me, went himself. I'm just like, what's the point in asking me if you're just gonna push in front regardless? Like, what's going on? It's your fault. You left your things in your pocket. Why are you not going to the back of the queue? Like, what are you doing? And then he had an issue with the actual scanners, and then his wife as well was. His wife went before him. She couldn't follow the figure. Like, they tell you to stand with both your feet on the yellow on the floor, and there's a figure in front of you that you just copy. Your arms down by your side, a little bit outwards, and you're standing on the yellow steps, and that's it, right? She didn't know. She's standing right in front of it, staring at it, and she's putting her arms up in the air like this. And I'm just like, the figure in front of you has their arms down. Just watching the airport staff just explain it to her was just so funny. I'm just like, I wanted to facepalm, but I didn't want to, come across as rude. But in my head, I was screaming. That was a stressful experience, and it wasn't even me. It's probably the most I've been delayed in the airport security, and it just wasn't me. Actually, but there was one time in Australia where I stepped a bit too far on the beach on the day of flying, and there was sand in my trousers, and I got caught up in security because of that. But apart from that, like, this was just horrendous. It's time to fly soon. I'm gonna find something to do. Also, I don't want to jinx it, but from my experience, for the most part, United Airlines have been pretty good in terms of flying from London to America. They've been pretty good to me. The last time, I think I was in Vegas once. Was it Vegas or was it California? Or was it Washington? I can't remember. But there was a flight, I remember, going home, and they were so efficient in getting everyone on the plane and just going. And we left early and everything. It was like, I'm pretty sure we were delayed with like boarding, and we still took off early because the staff were that good at getting everyone on the plane. It was incredible. I remember that. And also, like, even right now, like, they sent me my gate like a couple hours ago. It's still 2 hours before the plane takes off. At Heathrow Airport, you normally got to wait until an hour before the flight takes off. You got to wait until an hour before to find out your gates. and you go to your gates. But United Airlines, they just tell me my gate, that's efficiency. It's probably partly because the plane's already here. That's probably part of it, but still, that's a good sign right there. They're ready to go. Hopefully no delays, because I got a connection. I got PTSD still from 2023. Some of you remember, I flew to Australia through the States. Even if you're on a layover, even if you're staying in the airport, you still got to clear customs. You've got to have valid entry into the States, even to transit through there for a couple hours. My first plane back from Australia was delayed a couple hours. And because of that, I had maybe half an hour to clear customs. The guy just looked at me, and I was just stressed and I wanted to get on my next flight. He looked at me and he must have seen something suspicious or something, because I didn't do anything wrong. But he must have thought something, because he took my phone, he took my passport, he sent me to a room where I just waited with like other people for over an hour. Just to tell him I got a connection flight, and the guy didn't say anything to me, no investigation or anything. He just told me, okay, go and see an airline, they'll bring you on to the next flight. I'm just like, I sat there for an hour just for you to tell me that I can go. Luckily, on that day, there were 2 more flights home to London, but yeah, that was the one bad experience. But that was because of a dodgy first delay and a short transit time. Hopefully no issues today, because it could be my last entry into the States for at least 10 years or so, because I'm planning on visiting Antarctica at some point, and that costs a lot of money. So I want to visit Australia again this year as well, and also want to visit a couple countries in Africa towards the end of the year. And once that's done, maybe also one more African trip next year as well, actually. Once that's done, I want to just stop traveling. I've been traveling 5 years, almost 5 years, 4.5 years now, and I want to just stop, because if I keep going at the rate I'm going, I can't financially afford that. I could afford it up to now, but now it's getting a bit much. So from next year, I'm going to calm down on the spending, start saving up, and go to Antarctica. And after Antarctica, if I don't freeze, I'm planning on, I got a list of like 11 Asian countries to tour, because I've been to a couple countries in Asia, but I've not really explored it. So that's the one continent after Antarctica that I'd like, even though I've been there, I want to actually properly explore it, visit multiple countries. I got a list of 11 countries. So I want to do that after Antarctica. So it could be at least 10 years or so before I visit the US again or Australia again after my next trip. So it's pretty big, and I thought I would just cram in most of my bucket list into 1 2-week holiday. There's a lot of flying, a lot of airports, so if you're following for the whole 2 weeks, in for a shocker, because we're traveling a lot within the States. We're flying a lot within the States. Multiple connections, multiple layovers. There'll be a lot of flying, let me tell you. Anyway, this opening intro, or whatever it's been so far, has been long enough. Oh wow, it's a plane. It's funny, Heathrow didn't wait. Heathrow waited until an hour before takeoff to announce the gate, but the airline themselves just confirmed it like hours ago, like I mentioned. Like, if the airline knows what gate it's going to be earlier in the day, why has the airport got to wait until an hour before? Like, is there a rule behind that? Seems ridiculous to me. They've started boarding. It's 50 minutes till takeoff, 50. See what I mean? No other airline that boards that early. At least not in my experience.
All right. That's enough room.
let us know how you took your flight with us today. I'll be arriving at Terminal C. It'll be everyone's first stop in the U.S., so you'll need to claim recheck bags and go through customs. If you're connecting to another flight, you'll have to recheck your bags in the recheck area right before the exit, and then go through security again before your connecting flight. On behalf of all of us here at United and our Star Alliance partners, I want to thank you for flying with us today. We hope you enjoyed your flight and look forward to seeing you soon. No one's the fastest go for the student off. Thank you. Love the door areas as well. Time for flight attendants to complete this for us. And welcome to Washington, and thank you for flying United.
London. I think I already recognize my suitcase. It's that design. Does it have the tag on it? It could have fallen off, to be fair, but because I don't see it. No, it's not. Someone else got the same suitcase. Flip's sake, I thought mine was unique. Someone else shops at Matalan. There you go. Nice. Fun fact about me, I have two first names, Priya Sufan and David. I obviously use David. So when I was born, I was given one Sri Lankan name, my heritage, and one Christian name. When my parents moved to England, my mom converted to Christianity, and when I was born I was given a Christian name as well. So it's good, it's flexible, I can use both, but not at the same time because that would be fraud. But David is what I use, but I actually got two first names. The more you know. In many previous airport vlogs, I always talk about how there's so many WA Smiths in like every airport. In the UK, there's like 10, 15 in every airport. You go to Australia, you still find like 5 in the same airport. I even saw one in Egypt. Now, I've not seen one here, but I've seen this in motion. This is an electronics store run by WA Smith. My nemesis. Can't fool me, my nemesis. I know you're always there. You're always there in those airports. So you're probably wondering how customs went. Obviously the US is one of the most interesting places to enter in terms of the border. They're one of the strictest. I don't know if they are the strictest, but they're one of the strictest. The strictest in my experience anyway. They're always adamant on like how long you're staying, what your budget is, when's your flight home. They're very adamant, like you got to answer those questions clearly and properly, or they might have an issue with you. So yeah, you got to just be honest, and as long as you got a legal entry, you got a visa or Nesta, you should be fine. But obviously they're very adamant about, okay, what's your budgets, what you're doing here, what's your purpose of travel, how long you're staying here, when's your flight home. So yeah, he asked me all that. It was pretty strict as well, but I answered the questions clearly. He said, what's your business, what's your intention of travel? I said pleasure, tourism. I said tourism, I didn't say pleasure, but normally they ask, business or pleasure. I said tourism. And he said, like, where are you going? He didn't say those exact words, but that's what he asked in like a very sophisticated way. And I told him, like, I'm going to a lot of states, so I just started naming the states I'm going to. And I was like halfway through and he just stopped me. and he said, like, how long are you staying here? I said 2 weeks. And he said, show me your flight home. See, I'm just like, okay, sir. Good thing I screenshotted it on the United app. Yeah, I showed him my flight home from my final state. And he was good with it. And I showed him my passport. I got 2 passports because my old passport has a B2 tourism visa in it. So I need the old passport still. I showed him both passports. I showed him the visa and the new passport. I showed him that first. He asked me those questions. Then I looked into the camera to take a photo. And then he didn't even ask fingerprints, to be fair. Sometimes they ask fingerprints. He didn't ask, I guess it's not my first entry. That's probably why. Yeah. But some people did fingerprints. I didn't. So yeah, and then I said I was good to go. So it was nice and smooth. It was just strict questions, and I answered them clearly, so there was no issues. But yeah, that was quite interesting. So another thing. So you may have seen a very long queue that looks like it takes like 2 hours, and there were like maybe 5 officers working there. Apparently they were short-staffed due to certain issues or whatever. I got through quickly. why was that? So I filmed a thing called mobile passport control, a queue where there's literally, it's empty, there's no one there. So there's an app called MPC. I don't know if it applies to every airport or some airports, but it definitely applies here. There's an app called MPC, mobile passport control. There's a QR code you scan. Downloaded the app. The Wi-Fi wasn't working. Thankfully, the data signal was there. As part of my contract with O2, when I go to the US, I get free data, unlimited calls and texts, which is more than what I get in the UK. In the UK, I get limited data. Here, I get unlimited when I go abroad, and it's free of charge. It's part of my contract. As long as I can only call numbers within the US and back home to the UK, and that's it. But yeah, thankfully, the signal was good enough. And I downloaded the app. It took like 3 minutes to download an app that would take a second over Wi-Fi. And yeah, over there you can do your form. Like you can upload your passport photo. Upload a selfie as well. What's your purpose of travel? So you upload a few questions there, and you make a profile, and it gives you a receipt. Here's your MPC receipt. You show that to the staff member who's working in the queue, who's just giving people information basically. And I showed him my receipt, and he's just like, yes, go through. He opened the barrier. He's just like, yeah, go through the NPC line. There was a family in front of me that went before me, and they started going, just like, how did they go there? And then I realized I was through the app, so I filled in the form quickly, filled in the app, and I got in, and I was like maybe 7th in the queue. It is including families, like there were like 3 families, and like four solos and me. And it was very quick. So what could have taken 2 hours, in the end took about 30 minutes. And it was only 30 minutes because I didn't know about the NPC thing. Because I downloaded it, I didn't use it for a bit. Then I saw the family in front of me go through. I'm just like, okay, let me just get on the app quickly, do the form. And I went through. So I could have been still waiting there, and I could have even missed my flight. Like, it was that bad. And there was a queue specifically for MPC, for mobile passport control. So there was one for global entry, which is like a shortcut entry. I actually got invited to apply to that by one of the officers that let me in, I think 2024, when I went to Washington, went to Vegas first, then Washington. But he gave me like a little card in my passport saying global entry. Never applied for it. But there's a line for that. There's a line for MPC, which I got. And the rest of it was just for everybody else, US citizens, non-US citizens. There were a total of like 5 people there working. One was MPC, one was global entry, and 3 for everyone else. And it was a long queue. So I would have missed my flight. I'm sure I would have missed my flight. So I'm glad that was the thing, because that literally saved me. It literally saved me. So yeah, nice smooth entry. Had to pass through security again. Had to recheck my bag, but like recheck in the US is quite easy. You haven't got to go out and go back to check into the airline desk. No, there's a recheck area specifically. There's a belt, you just put it on. The belt wasn't working at the time, but there was a guy working there saying, it's fine, just leave it here and we'll send it off. And yeah, straight to security. We did not have to exit and come back out. There was a specific security lane through connections. The security itself, it wasn't a long queue, and it was nice and nice and smooth. No issues for me. I went straight through. Took everything out of my pockets, belt off, etc. No issues. I'm trying to see how many times I can do that without, some sort of issue. Because there's sometimes some sort of issue because I forget something or whatever. But yeah, so far so good. So we are off to Orlando, and I'm looking forward to my hotel bed, but also to some food. I slept the entire flight. The guy who was next to me, he was part of the family that was in front of me in the queue. He thought I was dead. He's just like, I thought you might be dead, mate. I'm just like, nah, mate, I was just tired. I was out for most of that 8-hour flight, which is brilliant. And I'm still feeling a bit tired, which is good, because I kind of want to get to bed within a couple hours of landing, because I got an early wake up. So yeah, it has been good. So now let's fly to Orlando. Got the Bagels and More Cafe Bakery here. Got the Be Right Burger there. Don't really want to go too far out. Got ID Express. My word. Are the burgers big at least? Chef Jeff's. Great food, libation. I thought it said liberation at first. And merriment. Cheers, Jeff. So my gate C12 is right opposite my nemesis in disguise. In motion. I know you're W.A. Smith, mate. Stop the facade. So So I could continue my holiday, or I can go straight home again. It's right there.
A small item must be placed underneath that seat in front of you. If you're given seating to exit row, take a few moments to review the safety cards and the tendency of stop-by.
This is Orlando International Airport. Feels a bit like I've landed in a casino in Vegas with a nice carpet and everything. Just missing the slot machines.
Handrails. The doors are now closing. When the gate link stops, please exit and follow the signs to baggage claim beach.
Authentic experiences are found in our art scene.
Make sure you check your airline for the right bag claim area. I should have recorded when the train left. It's pretty cool, that. Oh wow. It's almost like Disney World is nearby. And SeaWorld. And Universal. When I was in California, I went to Disneyland and Universal. It was fun. It's just that theme parks are not really like a big part of my, like, I'm not really big on them anyway, because I hate roller coasters. So that's like the main thing in a theme park. So I like water rides, but I'm not big on them. That's why I'm in Orlando, not going to any of those places. Because it's not really like a bucket list thing for me. It's just like, I'll go if I have time, which I do not. I'm here for Daytona. Now we wait. Never seen a country do bag claims faster than the US. Like, genuinely. Most of the time it's like there, 99% of the time. I'm pretty sure that's mine. It could be the other one, but I don't think it is. I did see the tag on the other side. It is mine, but it's got to go round. And I'm gonna wait here because I got space. It's time to get it. What? It. Fairly heavy. It's got 2 weeks of clothes. It's definitely mine. Good. Alright, we've arrived at hotel, Quality Inn and Suites. I don't normally room my hotel until after the vlog, but I am leaving by the time you see this, so there's no harm in that, so let's do this. It's quality time. I hope it is. It's one of those motels. There's a Wyndham right next to us, but a bit more expensive. I'm upstairs though, and there's no lift. Here we go then. Nice sofa there, a table here to edit my vlog. That's good. Got a chest of drawers there, got a microwave. That's a fridge. Whoops. Anything in there? No. But I can put my drinks in there. TV, big mirror, luggage rack, the bed. It's comfortable. It is comfortable, it's bouncy, it's soft. I'll take it, nice and big. And here is the bathroom. That flippers the light. There we go. Similar to motels I've been in before, to be fair. Similar layout. Bath is not perfect, but for a little bit of time, only a couple nights, I'll take it. Towels provided, which is what I need. And yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty damn good. Next up, Daytona. Morning, I got to get to the DoubleTree Hotel from here, which is, I think, 15-minute drive, something like that. There's an 8:30, 8:35 grey line pickup. That's what I booked. I booked grey line to Daytona. I'm leaving a bit late. It's 8:03. Uber's in 3 minutes. I'm cutting it close, but I should be just all right. I don't know how I've done this. I woke up at 7. But yeah, we're gonna make it. I look tired because I am tired. Last night I went to a fast food chain that I always wanted to try. That's early in the US. It's early even in some states in the US, not in every state. I was just like, there's one in Orlando. Let me go and try it. You'll find out what it is tomorrow. There'll be a vlog, but yeah, that's why I'm just like, it's 9:30. I should sleep. Now let me go there. I come back. It's past 11.
For your safety.
Just had a really nice Uber driver. It had a great conversation about Daytona and a lot of things. He was a really nice guy. I tipped him extra. So yeah, we're ready to go now. Found a Grey Line coach staff member. Gave me this notice. My coach is right here. Let's go.
So once again, good morning everybody, welcome, and then thank you for choosing Grey Line Orlando for the transportation to the Daytona Speedway, Daytona 500. My name is Oscar, the tour guide. Driver is Timothy. We welcome you to tour to the Daytona Speedway, Daytona 500. So today, so once again, everybody please enjoy the ride. Bus, but your bus number is bus number 3. Bus number 3. Yep.
To remember this coach, get back to it. That should be enough. Right, I'm dressed a little too warm to be honest, but there are weather warnings. Plus towards the end of the day it starts to get a bit colder, but if I'm the way I'm looking around, there are people in coats, but most people are wearing shirts, t-shirts, whatever, just, you know, warm weather clothing generally, not too warm, but fairly warm weather clothing. Meanwhile, there's me, this big quilted jacket that I bought specifically for Norway, for minus 10 degrees Celsius in the Northern Lights area of Norway, in the Arctic Circle. I bought this jacket for the Arctic Circle, and I'm wearing it here. I probably look like a madman because no one else. There are people wearing jackets, but nothing this quilted, and I feel warm, to be honest. But we are here. As ridiculous as I look, I cannot wait for this race, and the crowd is turning up. It's currently 10:14 a.m. The race moved early to 1:30 because of weather warnings. Unless there's delays, it should start at 1:30. 12:30 is the pre-race show, which I assume includes the national anthem and I guess the Air Force flying over. I don't know what else to expect in that hour, but I want to be in my seat by 12:30. I want to kind of get it earlier, to be honest, just so I can see my seat before the crowd comes in. I didn't bring any of my hats today for the reason of buying a cap. I want to buy a I was going to say Dynaco, I'm thinking of cars. I want to buy a Nascar or Daytona cap, and I think I found the place. That works. I don't know where I'm entering, to be honest. Never mind, there was a cap I really liked and it was a kid's cap. I'm just like, have you got it in adult size? They're like, no. I'm like, okay, I'll find another one somewhere else then. Plenty of people here. Got the Navy over here and the Army down there as well. Well, I can't really see the Army right now, but yeah, there they are. Okay. They're in that section over there. That is not the real Donald. That's just, as you probably would expect. Yeah. I want to go that way because that way is gate 40, and I feel like I should enter there based on Google. Yeah, you got Fox over there. I assume that's what channel it's on. So I searched what the best entrance is for my seats, and it says either gate 70 or gate 40. I can see on Apple Maps, gate 40 is that direction, so where my coach is, I think. So I'll go that way, it's probably easier. Since it might be my early time at NASCAR, I thought I'd get a program. Got it right here. There you go, here is the front of it. Here is the back of it. I don't want to open it. It feels like a collectible comic or something. I'm going to take this home and read it when I get home. I'll put it in a bag for now. A DUI can cost you $10,000. Drive sober or get pulled over. I agree. Drive sober or kill someone. No, yeah, this is a good message. Drive sober. Don't drink and drive. Save lives. We should add that as well. So gate 40 is apparently a bit further down that way. There's lot 6 over there. I'm just going to enter there. I'll enter there. Apparently, I googled it again, you can enter anywhere. So I'm just going to enter there and find my seat from there. It's good to know that power banks are not prohibited. That's good. I'm looking at you in Monza, Italy, banning power banks and sending them inside the track. The Americans do it better. Look, there's no power bank on that list. No, that is a success. That was one of the easiest security screenings I ever had in my life. Like literally, I went through some scanners, and they obviously have some great technology that scans everything in your bag and on your person. And the guy said, just go straight through, skip the bag search. I'm just like, okay then. Cheers. The scanners must have been like, oh, okay. He just got a hoodie in there and a program. That's all he's got in there, and a power bank, and a charging cable. That's it. That's all I brought. I did bring a plug. But yeah, no, nothing suspicious. He just thought, oh, there's nothing in this guy's bag, let's let him through. Just skip the bag search. Great success. Right. I guess I'll find my way to none of my sections are there, but I'm sure you can get to level 4 from there. I'm level 4. Spoiler alert. Let me see my seats. A little bit steep. There are escalators though. I didn't even know. It's fine. Exercise. Let's get some exercise. This is really cool. The food options, the Great American Grill. You've got Papa John's. Oh yes, we love Papa John's. Ah, there should be some good souvenirs over here. I have got my gear. What have I got in here? I've got this beanie. It's the winter, so I thought I'd get one. And this is perfect. I can wear this rest of the holiday, to be fair. To the cap that specifically mentions the event that I went to. That's why I didn't want the one outside, because it only had any kid sizes. But yeah, I got an adult version right here, limited edition, of course. And yeah, there we go, 2026 Daytona 500. I hope I never lose this. I never lose my caps, to be fair, but you never know. This is what I'm gonna wear for the race. The caps that come in large sizes. Makes me feel like my head's not that big. Now we're in NASCAR mode. I don't know any NASCAR drivers, any NASCAR cars, or any NASCAR teams. I don't know anything. But in F1 I support Ferrari, a team that drives in red, sometimes red and black, sometimes red and white, sometimes red and yellow. So any of those combinations from the cars today, that's what I'll be supporting. Literally any car that's got red on it. Mostly red. Red and white, red and yellow, anything that looks like a Ferrari. That's what I'm supporting. I don't know any drivers. Hopefully one of the red cars is really good. Otherwise, I'm just watching losers. But we shall find out. I'm very excited for this. This is one of the biggest NASCAR races ever. Maybe the biggest, I don't know. I actually don't know. But I know Daytona is huge. So I'm very excited for this. I cannot wait. Do you know the price? The price of my ticket was $272. What did I get for that price? Let's find out. It's $215. I thought it was $130. So change it again. Still not. Anyway, the way is up. Level 4. I hope it's this way. All right, we're on level 3. I'm a little bit knackered, but we move upstairs even more. Good to know that there are restrooms upstairs. I am grateful for that. Right, I see the numbers. I'm on the level now. I gotta go that way. Wow, what a view. We waited in that queue for so long today. We were sitting there for like 20 minutes just to like turn right. Wow. A Chevy. One of my favorite cars is a Chevy Camaro. Obviously it's a bit smaller than that, but yeah. Wish I could see one here. Oh, we got to go down. We can't go through there. So we got to go downstairs, go across, and go back up. Great. Oh, more exercise it is. Wow. Oh, that's cool. It will get even more crowded. Oh my word, we got to go down even further. We got to go down all the way to the bottom. If only I knew that. Shame I didn't see these when I was outside. Well, these aren't Camaros. Neither is that, that's a Corvette. But that's cooler. Where'd that come from? Ooh. Look at all those coaches. From all over the place, I assume. It's good to know we're one of the red ones, you know, they're all parked together, which is good. I got the reg plate, I got the license plate. So it shouldn't be too hard to find that afterwards, so that's good. They leave 90 minutes after the race ends, so that's plenty of time, that should be fine. How much you can fit in there? You'll have to touch the cars as well, you can get in them. Me, I want to keep them pristine, alright? I'm not going to touch them. Don't need to. Nice. Well, it's still not a Camaro. I'm kidding, it's a great car. Not a Camaro though. I already bought my stuff, but that would have been a good option. Another good option. Look at that vehicle, jeez. A lot of speed in that thing. Toyota truck family. Wow. Escalators, perfect. I wonder how much that cost per night on race weekend. A ridiculous amount. Are these not born in Japan? Roadhouse. Yep. I'm within that area. Finally on the right track. Right. We're close now. We're very close. To 9 F1 tracks. One of those tracks, Silverstone, I've been to 4 times. So I've been to 12 races. Obviously all F1. But I'm used to like being in a big crowd, you know. At those events, literally hundreds of thousands of people. I think the highest I was in was like 500,000 or something. I think it was 400k in the UK one, Silverstone, so around there. So I'm used to like the big crowds on race day. This one feels different though, because obviously you've got this grandstand. It's got its own shops and restaurants and areas where you don't have to go outside to get something. At most F1 tracks, they're in like an open space. So the grandstands are just grandstands, and you've got to go outside to get your food, your beverages, go to the toilet. Over here, you don't need a grandstand, because I bought a grandstand seat, obviously. I didn't buy the other areas. I bought a big grandstand seat. The only F1 track I got the same vibe at was Belgium. And even Belgium is mainly open space, but Belgium has like one big grandstand, Gold Free, I think it's called. I sat in there, and that was similar to this, but smaller, a lot smaller. But it had restaurants on the side, it had toilets. You did not have to leave the roofed area to go and get something. So yeah. It's a nice vibe, it's unique. Literally the only F1 track I got the same feeling at in terms of this grandstand feeling is Belgium. But yeah, it's a good vibe so far, and looking forward to some racing. So the 500 is not, I thought it's 500 laps at first. It's about 500 miles. Laps is, I don't know, it's at least 200 I think. I'm very excited. It could last 2 to 3 hours, so you know, F1 races obviously last a while as well. Maybe not as long as this one, but I love racing. I love seeing cars race, and considering the layout of the track, I should be able to see a lot more of the track than I normally would an F1 track. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. And we are very, very close now. We were very close before, but now we're very, very close. We are at section 420, which is right there. Oh, the restrooms are right outside 420. That's great. She was 42. Most F1 tracks don't have that. All right, 420. This one. I don't know how far up, but we'll find out right now. My first time seeing a view of this. It's gonna be interesting. There's some cars there already. Oh, that looks wicked. We're going to be able to see so much. Oh, yes. And pit entry. Pit entry. How good is that? Seats are so colourful, my word.
NASCAR driver intro show. But you can keep moving, you can keep dancing, keep those body functions going, as we see the greatest drivers in all the world in just a little bit.
Photo opportunity. Dogs in the far away. You be all lost I can saw
Is only one Daytona 500. We're so pleased to have you with us. An update for you on our NASCAR TV screens, or if you want to take a listen, we have a schedule update for you. We are moving things up 1 hour, as you may know, but we do want to remind you that in about 35 minutes or so, Miranda Lambert will take to the stage at 12:40. Our driver introductions at the grand stage, the grand walk that says Great American Race to the stage, from the stage to the fans, is at 1:15 p.m. And we're going green flag racing for the 68th run of the Great American Race at 2:15. Again, concert with country megastar Miranda Lambert is at 12:40. Daytona 500 driver.
Event today, and you are all here to witness it live. I want to thank you for being the best fans in all of sports, and I hope you enjoy yourself. We'll see you soon.
We're proud to welcome Springfield's original underachiever, a 10-year-old who embodies the spirit of the Daytona 500, the Cowabunga Kid himself, Bart Simpson!
The evolution of the NASCAR pit stop encapsulates the...
So far, so good. Very good. Now we got to move around a little bit. I need to see y'all move. We need to shake. Find your best friend. Let's take it out. Let's go.
If you're not singing along right now, you're doing it wrong. Here we go. Everybody in Daytona!
Just a small time girl. Come on. There's nothing else to do, I guess.
Kicks off his first full-time Cup Series season behind all three National Series from Las Vegas, Nevada. He drives the number 35 car for 2311 Racing. And the Mobile, Alabama native is the two-time runner-up at the Daytona 500 with 3 career got wins to his name. Wallace is behind the wheel of the number 23 for 2311 Racing. From row 13, Tyler Reddick and Noah Gregson. A two-time champion in the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. Reddick has racked up 8 career Cup Series wins. The Corning, California native will pilot the number 45 Toyota for 2311 Racing. And driving for Front Row Motorsports in the number 4 car, the Las Vegas native Gregson. Rolling from row 12, is a 3-time Daytona 500 champion and has racked up 60 wins in the Cup Series. He co-owns 2311 Racing and will be behind the wheel of the number 11 for Joe Gibbs Racing. And Bowman was tapped to replace Dale Jr. when he retired and then moved over to Jimmy Johnson's iconic 48 car with 8 Cup Series wins.
the number 48 car. Give it up for the showman. Is a third-generation driver in his 5th Cup Series season. The two-time K&N Pro Series West champion from North Carolina is piloting the number 34 for Front Row Motorsports and has earned the title of NASCAR's most popular driver 7 times in the famed number 9 car. We invite you to join us as Chaplain Farzad Orion, representing Advent Health of Central Florida, offers today's invocation.
Father in heaven, we pause for a moment to acknowledge you on this beautiful afternoon. And Father, we ask for your protection, your safety, for our drivers in the race today, our crew members, our officials, our fans, and Lord, also the individuals that are in the military and law enforcement and their families. Father, we ask that you will unite our nation under God, heal our land, and Father, may you bless the United States of America, for we ask all these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
At this time, please remove your hats, and veterans may render a hand salute as the Military District of Washington Joint Service Color Guard presents our nation's colors. Oh, present. Oh. To honor America with the singing of our national anthem, please welcome Technical Sergeant Benton Felty from the United States Air Force Band.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free? Rock America, baby!
God damn, I love it here! What a way to kick off some all-American racing! Let's do it for the United States Air Force Thunderbirds for today's flyover. The Toyota Tundra is delivering the American flags across the finish line. And Project Savior Outdoors for unfurling the large American flag.
Fucking America.
The fear? There's no fear. There's no fear. You can't have fear out there. I don't ever think about fear. Usually if it creeps in, then you're not able to give it 100%. Just machines that have 750 horsepower, they're doing 200 miles an hour, and we're driving Sonic. You were working this car, it's on the edge of out of control for 3.5 hours. Yes, sir.
To the greatest nation on earth. Comrades, Thunderbird 8, the team's advanced pilot and narrator from Davidoff, Iowa. We are proud to be here at the Great American Race. Now, please join me in welcoming back your United States Air Force Air Demonstration Squadron from Nellis Air Force Base in Las Vegas, Nevada, and known to all the world as the Thunderbirds. Displays the historic Thunderbird emblem on the Just triple. Thunderbird 6 demonstrates the raw power and tight turn performance of the F-16 with a maximum performance turn. For the past 73 years, your United States Air Force Thunderbirds have been showing the world what our Air Force can do. Each year we travel across the nation to inspire great Americans, just like you. We've been bringing you Thunder to this historic race for 16 years in a row. Now look over your shoulder to the right to find our diamond pilots inbound to the Daytona International Speedway in maximum afterburner. We would like to take a moment to honor all veterans in the crowd today whose service and sacrifice have given us the freedoms that supported by a team of 135 members from 31 different Air Force specialties. Praise Dell, and God bless America.
Chevrolet, Toyota. Starting positions. 8 of these drivers have learned and known, forever known, and introduced as a Daytona 500 champion. Denny Hamlin's going as for his 4th Daytona 500 championship. 2-time Daytona 500 champion Jimmy Johnson in his penultimate Daytona 500 rolls in car number 84. Trophy today, he'll become the only driver to win 3 straight Daytona 500s.
When you win the Daytona 500.
All right, Daytona, time to get on your feet. The wait is over. All season long, they've been hungry, and now they feast. It's the great American race, and it's time.
Remember Dale Earnhardt with a moment of silence and by pulling on remembering the Intimidator, the pack racing hard on lap 4. We're going to...
He was able to pull up alongside Kyle Busch. Keselowski leading the inside lane. Busch topside. He continues to have shots.
Number 3 now comes driving to leadership with a great run to the inside. He's going to go for the lead in the Daytona 500. Lines right up across the line.
Trying to prove early in this 2026 season that he's got a pretty good handle on the ovals. He's up to the number 3 spot with Chris and was the all-time.
Some new faces at the front of the field here early on in this one. John Hunter Nemechek at the point. Shane Van Gisbergen in second. Power side by side.
It is Casey Mears getting a piece of it, and also BJ McLeod that
back out crossways on the racetrack, trying to right that car right now. Coming out of turn number 4, Justin Allgaier, Jim Cloud's car getting pushed back to pit road. And if you weren't with us on Thursday, if you were, or maybe you didn't watch the duels on TV, it was Anthony Alfredo who was the one that made the race on the top 3 open cars, being the top of the 3 open cars. He was disqualified after that duel. BJ McLeod got in because he was the next best open car, and it starts off in the wrong situation as William Byron on pit road, Justin Allgaier, Noah Gregson, and others.
Noah Gregson, the 4 car, comes down pit lane, the 40. But you see the 24, William Byron, that is that 2-time defending champion of the Daytona 500 today, going for history. This car was back at their shop in North Carolina after they crashed their original primary car in the qualifying event. The team had to work overnight, drove it the 7 hours down to Daytona, and was able to put this car into the field, and that is why he started in the back for this year's Daytona 500. The crew going under the hood of that number 24 car. They are certainly going to have to battle back against adversity today if they want to win 3 straight Daytona 500s.
We'll have to wait and see how bad the damage is on William Byron as his crew has the hood up on that 24 Chevrolet. Justin Allgaier, the first car to make contact with the outside safer barrier. He's pulling off pit road as well. The Junior Motorsports number 40 machine with Chris Stapleton and Dale Jr. coming together for that collaboration. And BJ McLeod, Joe, he is getting hooked up right smack dab in the middle of pit road.
Heartbreak for BJ from right here in Florida. Just made the Daytona 500 on Thursday night. This is an opportunity to turn things around for this team to be able to make the Great American Race mean so much. Qualifying race on Thursday, and now, like BJ McLeod, heavy damage here on this lap 6 incident.
Crew's continuing to work on that machine, and Jim with this caution coming out here. Stay out on the racetrack. Let's go to the leader stop. First to Bregulli. Keselowski slides in for it. Chase Briscoe, also Christopher Bell, Chris Willem.
Chase Elliott was in for a few seconds of fuel. Ryan Blaney, also Austin Dillon, and Ty Gibbs all getting a splash of gas here. Steve Post.
Racing fuel, 2 seconds.
You've had a taste of the feel of speed. The rush will roll into turn number 1 on this restart through the Poet restart zone.
Stop under that sequence of caution flags and is still out there. Less fuel. What's the strategy and the thinking in the Kyle Busch? Ty Dillon is up to 7th. Shane Van Gisbergen. Chase Elliott is 10th. Austin Dillon is 11th. Ty Gibbs is 12th. Kyle Larson is 13th. Christopher Bell is 14th. And Denny Hamlin is 15th.
Outside will come along everybody to bypass cleanly.
He's the Fox. Here come the Hounds up on turn number 4.
To go, and Joey Logano ducks to the bottom of the racetrack. Chops 3 wide on the
Batters to allow Kyle to get to the inside lane. No success thus far.
Field works their way off turn 2, heads for the Daytona Super Stretch. Kyle Busch has dropped. Long-time teammates at Team Penske. Joe, they have experience working together. These stops will take place at lap 50. First, let's cover the Ty Dillon stop.
Ty Dillon is in. It's going to be gas in the left side of his Chevrolet. They're waiting on it. He's down and away. AJ was also told by Richie Trenowitz to pit with the Brady Johnson goes into the grass. He'll try and get his car righted. In the meantime, Chase Briscoe, fuel only. Fuel only for Bradley Hurst. Fuel only for Chris Briscoe. We're anxiously awaiting for Jimmy Johnson to get his car turned out of the ball field. But meanwhile, Eric Jones and Bubba Wallace all in for 30 seconds of fuel. Steve Post.
Finishers in the state.
Indication pits are closed. That's what's green. The pits will be open. So we have a car line here. They can pull out. The pits don't have to pit under this car. So as we get things right, we have the proper order. You'll see the pit stops by a bunch of teams and stripped out lap 65.
Second stage also needs 65 laps to take us up to lap 130. Daytona 500, 200 laps in total. You see the starting pylon to the right and to the left. That is counting up to lap 200 to make that 500-mile distance here today in the 68th running of the Daytona 500. Gives us an opportunity to strike. Going to see the green car of Austin Cindric and Ryan Blaney. These are two teammates on the team.
Bubba Wallace a flex towards race win today. Bubba Wallace trying to find his first. Austin Cindric wants his second. He is poised in that position, running at P2 right now.
Bubba Wallace has been so close so many times here at Daytona. Close again right now. Side by side with Austin Cindric. Bubba down low. Cindric.
The car beside him.
3-9 for the race lead. Is a 51 of Cody Ware. This is a single car team, one of the smallest teams in the NASCAR Cup Series garage, and he's looking for the lead on the Daytona 500. And
Austin Dillon, Zillage comes up the racetrack, and Todd Dillon makes contact. A big one here on the front straightaway at the start-finish line.
Hard to imagine that more cars were not collected in that when Zillage came across the start-finish line going backwards. It was a 34 car Todd Gilliland, I think, that got a hold of the 88 for Connor Zillage, who sits paused in the infield grass, spinning out of the second position. The rookie is now paused here in the ball field in the Daytona 500.
Ty Dillon, that inside move might have surprised the youngster, but more importantly, coming out for turn 4, it was a pinball match. Didn't know which was the battle, which was the ball.
Thought was going to be the lead. Zillage drifted up the racetrack, a little bit of contact behind them, and then Ty Gibbs came across, and there was more contact. Several cars involved. Watch this though. Unbelievable that nobody else except one car, the 34, piling in at the very end. Before that could have been a whole lot worse with Zillage sliding across the entire field.
The outside line is the number 11 of Denny Hamlin. Lopez Hibbs get through there. That's Cody Ware that came down and really got the field shoved to the interior of the racetrack across the grass, where that blue and white number 51 car was directly involved in that, trying to avoid what was a really big scramble. Now keep in mind, Zillage was running inside of Justin Allgaier. They were two alone, but that wind and the effort of the air buffering certainly upset the number 88 car before Dillon got a chance to get out and away for the lead.
Some will take tires on this round of pit stops.
Seconds of fuel for him. He is already gone after Sunoco fuel. Tyler Reddick, they're going to stay long enough and more Sunoco. Also, and we've got Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, Chris Webber.
Chase Elliott, left side tires for Justin Allgaier. Eric Jones also fuel only. Bubba Wallace was in as well, taking Sunoco fuel. Steve Post.
Sunoco fuel only for Kyle Larson. Sunoco fuel only for Denny Hamlin, as well as Shane Van Gisbergen. Corey Heim is going. The car's on fire.
Fans, here we go. The lights on the Toyota Camry pace car are off.
decides to move back down to the middle lane.
Ross Chastain shows the way at the halfway point of the Daytona 500. Chris Buescher scored second. Shane Van Gisbergen goes third and Austin Cindric fourth. Ryan Blaney fifth. Zane Smith is sixth.
Fantastic race we've seen so far inside of 21 laps to go.
Laps to go in stage 2. Let's take a trip to pit road presented by Starlink.
The race leaders trying to bypass the star machine and chase Briscoe, who has damage from an earlier crash.
Racing up front, side by side with the battle for the race lead as the laps dwindle down in stage 2.
Nobody giving an inch. It's all it take right now. The intensity ratcheting up as we get to where those championship points will be paid off 15 laps from now. That's why they're all positioning themselves towards the front of the field, but only the top 10 pay out points.
The spotters have their own team in Channel 1, their own team Channel 2. They're probably 2 other teams are
Multiple cars spinning and crashing through the smoke. I count 5 cars over in turn 1 that aren't caught up in this mess.
Several cars involved in a plume of smoke off the end of the front straightaway. It all started in the tri-oval with contact between Justin Allgaier and Denny Hamlin. Allgaier into the outside wall. Several cars involved here off the end of the front straightaway. And the dynamic of the Daytona 500 has just changed completely. 7 laps to go to the end of stage number 2.
I got a 15.
Fastly approached, and as Allgaier went ever so slightly, about a half mile off the outside off, Hamlin stuck into the position, and Allgaier come back up the racetrack, and there was some heavy contact there that sparked the big one.
Cleveland and town. Jenison and forward so quickly. They're in the trial.
Looks like the one seat already been installed here on the lead after service.
This is on board Denny Hamlin's number 11 Toyota.
That's a big shot right there for Justin Allgaier. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to repair that one as easily as the caution on lap 6 and on pit road right here in front of us, Joe. That is a lot of damage to the defending champ.
It's Kyle Larson with the 5 car, and that right front tire that has exploded. The carcass of that tire is beating up against the hood, the fender.
He came back up in the path of Denny Hamlin. I think Ryan Blaney was not hesitant. I think that's what the punch was. Denny might have burnt the gas.
Down the pit road, we get our coverage for this round of pit stops with Chris.
Wallace, the stage winner, going to pull the attention of his crew, slides through his box, flat spots the tires there, but it'll be a tire change, 4 tires.
Today, Monica, I heard you're with a very special man here at the World Center of Racing.
Well, you got that right. Guillermo Santa Cruz, Miami Speedway track president, as we're moving the...
Season that comes pit stops because there's a lot of work being done out there. end of the Daytona 500. Just 55 laps next time. The intensity is there. They race back into turn 3.
Mitch, 10th in front is Ryan Preece. Can today be the day he gets his first career Cup Series? Here talking to you and
second row has got Riley Hurst, Chris Buescher, and Cole Custer. Three, Preece, Berry, and Hamler. Tremendous
Again, it's all about the communication and a lot of spotters organized toward this final pit stop.
Chris was just mentioning Toyotas, and Tyler Reddick is one team that I've been scanning quite a bit right now. Billy Scott was pretty tight-lipped when you try and go up and ask him, but the one thing they're talking about is actually where they're going to position Tyler on the racetrack. Right now he's running in the middle lane, but they're expecting the bottom lane to actually disperse a little bit. They even told Tyler if there's an option go to the top side, he can do that just to avoid some of the people peeling off. That tells me that they intend on going just a little bit wider than everyone else, and that's the bigger story that I'm able to gather from my opinion. For the race lead.
Your part in NASCAR is
Now he is Preece. Getting closer and closer to that final stop.
This is the time to look towards pit in. Hands out the window. This could be the critical moment for pit stops to begin here in the closing stages of the 16th running of the Great American Race.
Drivers putting their hands out the window, signifying to the driver behind them that they are coming down pit road.
The first four Toyotas on the bottom lane. They're now pit road, so is our Emerald Pit Reporters.
Pit road is a busy place for this leader almost is in.
On lap 181, the money stopping quick 3.4 seconds of fuel.
Was trying to get him down to the bottom, which he was successful in doing. On the racetrack, Chris Buescher has taken the lead. Josh Berry, Noah Gregson, Cole Custer, Greg That entire lead the leader of the Daytona 500. He is coming off turn number 3 and 4 right now, while the pack that we were describing a moment ago is exiting turn 2.
Turn 7 or the exit onto the oval for the road course. Let's look at the replay here on NASCAR TV.
Watch Christopher Bell. He's the middle car in the second line of 3 wide racing. Oh, it looked like actually Denny Hamlin may have gotten some help from the 49. That sent Hamlin sideways into Christopher Bell, and Bell is hard. As also, too, you got to remember, when these drivers get up into the banking, the fuel cell, the fuel pickup's on the right side of the fuel cell. All the gas sloshes to the left. So he's got to be careful and try to get as flat as he can. Just keep as enough fuel down to the right side of that machine.
Choosing is going to be critical. McDowell has a teammate who's going to be in third. The 7 calls McDowell, the 77 is his teammate, Horst Josevar. They both make the outer lane. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. If Josevar needs the help, he's right behind McDowell on the restart.
Race fans, get up, get loud. You can cue the Jaws theme music because everybody is sharks that smell blood in the water. Here they come down the short. After going winless last year in the NASCAR Cup Series, Tyler Reddick has come back to start 2026 as winning the Daytona 500, the biggest career accomplishment he could ever find. Let's go to pit road.
Oh my words, that was crazy racing. Especially right at the end. What a way to win. That was dramatic. That lasted 3 hours and 20 something minutes. It was a while. And it was partly because of the crashes that happened. There was yellow flags obviously, so they had to go slow. And there's I didn't know there were 3 different sections. So, like, I thought it was just one straight race. The cars stay on track, but there's 3 different sections to the race. And after each section, they just they slow down. It's an opportunity to pit and cool down and give everyone a breather to go to the toilet or whatever. They're called stages. There's 3 stages. But yeah, there were quite a few restarts because of the crashes, as you would expect. I kind of expected crashes today, and they did happen. And the fact that they happened in the last lap a lot as well was pretty crazy. I had a good time. My one main downside is towards the end it started feeling a bit long. After lap 150, I started to feel it. Like, I expected a long race, like a very long race. I was prepared for that. But after lap 150, approximately around there, I started to get very tired. And I was just surviving. But those last 20 laps woke me up massively. Those were incredible last 20 laps. Apart from the fact that it's so long, I mean, I guess I got the money's worth, to be fair, but apart from the fact it's so long, I had a good time. I enjoyed it. It was good racing. Plenty of crashes. I love seeing pit stops in F1, so seeing pit stops in NASCAR was pretty cool as well. It's very different, but also pretty interesting. I love how some cars with damage keep going. It's quite funny. Even without damage, I mean, it's number 66. That guy was last most of the race. I was happy for him that he was not last in the end, because some cars got absolutely shafted compared to him. But he got hurt quite early. His car got damaged quite early, so I thought he was destined to finish last. But yeah, also the stages, end of the stages and the brakes, it allows for the cars at the back to catch up, which is good as well. Even though I prefer like straight racing, that was still fun as well. So yeah, but even during the end of the stages, they still go round and the laps still count. It's not racing, which is quite interesting. But yeah, I enjoyed that. This is my one and probably only ever experience of NASCAR in person. But this makes me want to watch the season, actually watch it on TV. I don't know what channel shows it in the UK, but I'm very interested in watching NASCAR on a regular basis. If this is anything to go by, obviously this is the biggest one. But I'm very interested to see what happens this season. I still don't know any drivers' names, despite hearing all of them during this race. Also, before the race, those jets were incredible. The sound of those jets was insane. That was just crazy to watch and listen to. That was incredible too. So yeah, great racing and an all-round good day. Although these 2 hats I bought were $90 in total, so that was expensive. And also my shoe is broken. I don't know how this happened, but I might need to buy new shoes somewhere. Maybe the airport will have some shoes, because I've got some bad news. I don't know when this happened. These are my early pair. So I had another pair that were worn out and ripping as well, so I didn't bring them. I should have bought them instead because they weren't ripped yet. This one is just ripped. Just brilliant. It's just great. Hopefully it doesn't rain, so there's definitely puddles. But I had a great time. NASCAR was great today. To watch Daytona, to experience the 68th edition, to experience history and to experience the ending to the race as well. It was great. I enjoyed it. I had a good time, and I will remember this day forever. What a great way to start my holiday. I landed in the US yesterday. I still got a whole 2-week trip to go. Plenty of things to do, but it's gonna be hard to top this event, like of all the things I do, because like the rest of the holiday I'm just doing tourism. I'm just touring around. I'm gonna see a lot of great things, including Mount Rushmore, which is a few days away. But I don't know if anything can top this event today. It was an incredible day. I'm also very tired though, and I also got a very early flight tomorrow, so yeah, no rest for me. So yeah, I look forward to that. There'll be 3 food-related vlogs the next 3 days, and then there'll be the Mount Rushmore vlog, and then there'll be plenty more to come. After Mount Rushmore, I'm travelling to 4 more states before I leave for the UK again, so stay tuned. Obviously nothing to do with NASCAR, but if you're interested in like travel vlogs, follow me, get subscribed. I've been doing a lot of travelling the last 5 years. I have to stop eventually, unfortunately, by next year, because I want to save up with Antarctica. Plus I've got to save money as well for myself, because my finances are not looking great at the moment. I've only got enough to travel 1 more year, so but yeah, it's been a good time. I've had a great, this is my last year of like traveling the whole year, and this is one of the best things to do. Like, this is my last trip to America, probably at least 10 years, and to watch an event like this was incredible. I still prefer F1 though, and the F1 event in Texas last year, I liked that more than this. But I had a great time, yeah. This is great. Even though I still prefer F1, and I still think F1 is better, NASCAR is pretty damn good. And I want to watch more. So, yeah, I've never watched a full race, but after watching this, I didn't want to watch a full race. Plus, watching it at home, you know, I'll have more freedom to go to the toilet, etc. So, I literally sat down 11 a.m. The race finished at 5:40. So almost like 6.5 to 7 hours I sat down. I stood up a few times obviously, but I was there. I didn't go to the toilet once, I didn't go to food once. I was there the entire time. Since 11 a.m. I am shattered. Right, it's at 90 minutes to get to the coach, then we get down there and it will be off back. I hope I want to be asleep the whole coach ride then, to be honest. So if I can rush to the coach, I can sleep a bit on the coach before it even leaves. And I sleep over an hour, and that will help me because I got an early wake up tomorrow, so I'll have another night of a lack of sleep tonight. Plus, I want to visit a place before I go, straight after this race. Actually, as soon as the coach arrives, I'm going to get an Uber somewhere. It's going to be a separate vlog, and then Uber back to my hotel. Then I got to work on editing the vlogs, and then maybe a few hours sleep, and then it's time to go to the next day. So let me just hurry up and get to the coach. That's what we need to do. Goodbye, Daytona.
I'm taking care of something.
Security could be better. Easy to touch these cars. They want to block them.
Yeah. He's right here.
What's on earth? You know, when I first found my seat, it didn't feel like I went that far. It felt like I went far, but it didn't feel that far. I felt like I was there by now. I'm still bloody walking. It's actually longer than I thought. I guess I went through the inside. That's probably why. The escalator was so full, I just thought, let me just go around the outside. And now I am still walking, but I think I'm nearly there. I'm nearly there. Yeah, I see the end. For the first time, I'm familiar with where I am. I'm nearly there. Where I entered right there. For a program around there. The car park is on the other side. See the coaches. The red one should be on the left. That's a unique way to leave the track. Got the photo on my phone to check. It's not that one. It says Q&A something. It should be that one. Or that one. It's one of those. I hope. It's not that one either. It is this one, right? I'm getting a bit nervous here. Yes. With a number of that is us. We're good. Let's go back.
A 5-star review. Also, please mention my name into your review.
And we are back. I've switched to the beanie because it's going to get colder. I'm not in Florida much longer. I'm literally heading out in the morning. So yeah, I had a good time and I slept most of the coach ride back. In fact, the coach left less than an hour after the event ended because everyone was on the coach. Everyone got on the coach fairly early, so the coach left early. It was a bit hard getting out. There was a lot of traffic. It was quite standstill, but most of the journey was fine. There was a second stop as well, so I'm glad I woke up in time for my stop, which was first. But yeah, it's done now. So I'm back at the Doubletree Hilton, which looks really cool. It's right next to SeaWorld. I don't know how much this place is, but I definitely look like I can't afford this place, and that would be true. So yeah, that is all from me. I'm waiting for Uber right now, and then I'll be out of there. Hope you enjoyed this. I had a good time, and I'll never forget this day. This is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye.